And this is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show on a night where the Rangers were geared up for a win. A second period overdrive allowed for a third period cruise control and a 4-1 win for the Rangers over the Montreal Canadiens. Steve always likes one. Inside our Delta MSG studios, John Giannone, my biggest fan, Steve Alliquette, Henrik Lundqvist as well. Hank, I guess business-like, workmanlike, efficient, maybe pedestrian. A lot of ways to describe the win, but it's 2 points.
I like your word, cruise control. It felt like a cruise control game a little bit. They turned it up in the second period and kind of showed the difference between these two teams right now. It was a game they had to win, and it's not easy always to come in and play a team that has not a ton of structure, and you're not sure what you're going to see when you play a team like Montreal right now. So they got the job done, and I thought they played a very solid road game. They didn't give them pretty much anything throughout 60 minutes. Maybe not the most exciting hockey game I watched throughout my life, but in the end, it comes down to getting 2 points on the road, and so well done.
The master of elegant understatement, Henrik Lundqvist. Rangers now with 50 points in 40 games, just a point back of the New Jersey Devils, who they will face on Saturday. It was about 28 minutes of this game without a goal until Chris Kreider struck shorthanded. Steve, we're going to go inside the film room sponsored by CDW and HP and kind of break down how the Rangers were able to take the lead.
Yeah, I think when you have star players that are on your penalty kill, there's always an opportunity to have a shorthanded goal, and the Rangers have had success. Montreal had not been scored on shorthanded until now in the season, but they're looking for a play here that Halak makes a nice save on Dadonov. It's a bumper play. Halak gets his pad on it. That starts a little bit of momentum that carries. And you can see that Kreider's checking the point, and Slafkovsky makes a backhand play here. He was Montreal's first overall pick at this year's draft, and Kreider's off to the races. Now he checks his rearview mirror once. He knows he's got space, and at the bottom of the hash, you shouldn't see the goalie's feet inside the blue paint. And this is where Allen bites early. And you can see that Kreider did a great job on this specific play to read off the goaltender, have a good look at what he was doing, and then he made his play, and he was very efficient on it.
Penalty kill is so much about reading, because you're one guy is shorthanded, right? So you need to read, and that's why you need smart players out there as well. You need guys to commit and play hard and block shots and all that. But if you can have players out there that can read the game well, you're going to break up a lot of plays just like that. And then if you add the speed with Kreider, you're going to get a lot of good looks on the PK.
Chris Kreider, yeah.
I was going to make one point. I think that one thing that really heavily favors the Rangers there is when you do have star players on the penalty kill, it gives the other team's power play something to think about. And I don't know if it's just a coincidence that Slafkovsky gives it away like that, but I think they get under duress a little bit. They get a little bit nervous and they get a little bit tight and they tend to give away the puck.
Yeah, Chris Kreider's 247th goal as a Ranger passes the terrific Steve Vickers for 8th place on the franchise's all-time goal list. It was about 5 minutes later where the Rangers were able to double their pleasure and double their lead, and it's from this guy, the focus of our hot streaks presented by Empire City Casino, and it's Braden Schneider, who scores his 5th. Check this out. He has now gone 22 straight games without being a minus player, which is an astounding thing for anybody on an NHL team, NHL defense to do. But this kid, only 21 years of age, contributing now at both ends of the ice.
And I think this game is still very important to the young players on the team because they're establishing themselves in the league. And Schneider was very strong on this play to know once again that he's not dusting the puck off. Panarin owns the corner, and then he puts it to him on a dish for him to be able to get it and deliver it to the net quickly. That's why it's successful. I had this interesting conversation with Adam Oates a couple of weeks ago, and he talked to me about how Panarin owns the corner. Now, not when everybody's there, but he owns that ice, and it's always open. And the unique thing that he pointed out to me is that when you watch Kucherov and some of the other star players around the league, owning the corner really means that you're dictating attention and eyeballs on you. So if everybody's focused on Panarin there, Schneider's open on the backside. That's why Panarin is so effective as a playmaker.
And what I like also with that stat for Schneider is it shows a lot of consistency. And for a lot of young players, that's the toughest part when you come into the league, to show consistency. But when you can do that over that many games, it tells you something about this kid and how well he prepares for every game. It's not 2 good games and then you have an off night.
Yeah.
It's about consistency to become a really good player in this league, and to be able to find that early, that's a great thing.
Speaking of consistency, he and Ben Harpur continue to be a very consistent third pair D for the New York Rangers. All right, so then it was 2-0 at that point. Less than a minute later, Filip Chytil, who in 64 games last year had his 8 goals. Of course, he played very well in the playoffs, so a lot expected of him coming into this season, Steve. Tonight, he reaches double figures.
So when we're talking about the young players having a big night, and it's an important thing, it's really important for Filip Chytil. He was the best Ranger forward, and he was on the puck, and he's looking for it. He wants it, and that's a big part of this, because when VZ airs this puck out for Chytil, he's on the race. He has got wheels. We know that he's got it, and so he starts this play by being able to protect the puck. And that's important because he's got to wait for help. Lafreniere then gets on his horse, and the third man high is VZ, and he reads right now from the upper part of the ice that his 2 mates down low need help, so they keep the play alive. Lafreniere is at net front temporarily here, and then it's a recovered puck from Lindgren. Lafreniere is staying on the weak side post, so that draws in some attention low. But the open ice here, where Chytil has dominated this year, he's been the best forward at being able to get to that mid-ice. He gets a bit of a bounce there off of Suzuki's skate in the high slot. But again, it helps just to be consistent with your approach, and I thought his game was nice.
What I like about this line, too, it's funny, you compare this to maybe the top line or the second line, that Panarin, for example, that he likes to pull away and distance himself from his teammates and then pass the puck. Well, you watch these guys play, it's always close support. They're close to each other, they play with high speed, and they lost the puck there in the corner, but because they're always so close to each other, they can recover and put pressure on their D to get the puck back, and that's why they get a second and third opportunity. So it's fun to watch these lines. They play a very different way, but they're obviously trying to go for the same goal, which is to score a goal in the end. But you can get there in different ways, and they play to their strength, which is skating and close puck support.
That gave the Rangers a 3-0 lead. Filip Chytil scored into the empty net, his 11th goal of the season with 70 seconds remaining. 4-1 the final. Moments ago, inside the Rangers dressing room, Dave Maloney spoke with Filip Chytil.
Coming in here to Montreal after a big win against Carolina, important win also, right?
Yeah, of course it's Carolina is somewhere else in the standings than Montreal, but they play hard today. They play very good hockey. They play great to defense, so that was hard to get that first goal after. It helped us in a PK that we scored an important goal for 1-0, and then we scored 2 quick goals, and we could play a little calmer, and yeah, but overall that was our game.
And the 2 quick goals, of course, one of them was yours, and it wasn't long getting the puck to the net.
Yeah, that was I think that was tip maybe once or twice, but yeah, it counts. I'm happy for the goal, and happy that it helped the team to win the game.
Right, and your thoughts on your country in the final game of the World Juniors?
I don't know if I've ever scored 2 goals and win the game and still be sad, because when I saw that after the second goal up there, that's yeah, that was almost I was almost crying, but yeah, it helped. It's yeah, I think they earn respect from everybody from hockey world, and I'm happy for them.
It's funny to hear the reaction of NHL players, how much the World Juniors still matters, right? For especially the international guys.
Yeah, I mean, you play for your country. It's a huge pride thing, and a huge opportunity for these kids to come and play and at a big stage. And when you play also in Canada, it's a lot of people. People should know, like, you play in junior hockey in Canada, or maybe in the U.S., you have big arenas with 5,000 to 10,000 people, but when you play elite league for juniors in Sweden, for example, there's 200 people watching, and suddenly you come here and you play World Juniors in front of 10,000 people. It's a big moment for a lot of those players.
What's really great is it just dawned on me that he's tracking towards 20 goals. You know, he becomes a 20 goal scorer. You see quickly how he'll be 25, 30. He's been the best mid-ice shooter for the Rangers. That I don't know, 20 feet or so away from the net. He's been so effective, so good for him. He's got his career going in the right direction.
Rangers score a shorthanded, an even strength, a power play, and an empty net goal, and they win it 4-1 over the Montreal Canadiens, all in support of former Canadien Yaroslav Halak, who wins again. Now three straight wins, 4 wins in his last 5. Plenty more to come on the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show.